What's going on, guys? Welcome to a video for GTA best graphics settings video. Yes, we're here again with another best graphics settings video. We've gone into our first person mode, and today, can we hit 50 likes on this video? And also, if you're new here, please press that subscribe button, means a lot. I do some GTA content, so if you want to go check that out on my channel, feel free to go on the channel and check it out. So we're gonna get straight into the graphics settings video. Graphics settings. Go into the settings tab. Obviously, we go to graphics, and all your graphics are going to be basically here. This is subject to your computer, so whatever computer you've got, it depends on your system, depends on what parts you've got in your system. So everything is subject to change, so don't just take this off the bat and say these will work, because if you've got a really bad computer, then they won't work. If you've got a really good computer, then you can go up and use better graphics settings. I've set the settings on here to my PC preference. I'll link that down in the description. So starting off from the top, we've got ignore this suggesting limits. I've turned mine off. I don't know what it actually means because I'm just doing my graphics settings anyway. Now DirectX version, this depends on your PC. So if you've got like Windows Vista, then you're not going to have DirectX 11. You're going to have like DirectX 10, I think it is. Yeah, 10 or 10.1. But because obviously I've got Windows 10, most people will have this as well. Or if you've got Windows 32, I think Windows 10 32-bit, I don't think DirectX 11 works on it. Don't hold me to that though. I'm not 100% sure on the DirectX sort of things. I don't really look into that, but I have mine on DirectX 11. Screen type, we have Windows borderless. That's due to recording and stuff, but if you guys are playing on your own and you're just playing for fun, then put that into full screen. It then caps at your frame rate of your monitor. Resolution, we have that in the highest resolution you could get, so whatever your monitor is, put that as the resolution. Aspect ratio, have that in auto. You can have it on 16:9, which is 1080p, but have it on auto, just let it adjust to what your monitor is. And then obviously output monitor is your monitor, so if you've got 3, I've got 3. If you've got 1, you've got 1. It will just change to the screen that you want it on. If you're wondering why my refresh rate is grayed out, is because I'm in Windows borderless. If you guys go in full screen, you can set your refresh rate to whatever your monitor is. Mine is 244, yours might be 144, yours might be 60, yours might be 50, but whatever your refresh rate is, make sure you set it to the refresh rate of your monitor. We've got FXAA on, we're going to have MSAA off. VSync I have off. This is a personal preference. Lots of people do like VSync, but for me, with 240 frames, it's just too much. Pause, game focus, I have that off. Now we're getting into like the advanced sort of settings. We've got population density, so obviously that just says about items on the floor. Obviously the population on your screen, like how do you explain this, like grass and all that sort of like textures. So that's on about, I'd say halfway, just over halfway. With population variety as well, we have that on halfway, and distance scaling, we also have that on halfway. Now this does take up a lot of CPU usage or video memory or whatever you guys want to call it, so I do recommend either taking this down if you are lagging. If you're not lagging and you can handle it, go straight up to the top. If you do look in the top here, I'll put my mouse around it now, you see the video memory. So I've got 11 gigs of memory, and I'm using 2.6 gigs, so I can actually put all this on ultra and it will run fine. But when you're running ultra, you do run into some issues. So we'll carry on, get into this video. Texture quality, we have that on very high. Shader quality, we have that on low. My pet hate, I hate shadows. Don't know why I hate shadows, but I have that on high on this game. It just looks better with high. You can go to very high. It does take up, 400 megabytes of your RAM or your graphics card RAM. So I have mine on high. Reflection quality, obviously that is like C, that is like Windows, that's like cars. You want to have that on high or even very high, depends on what your personal preference is. I keep saying that because a lot of people are saying like these settings or my settings in previous videos are not very good, but it is all pretty like personal preference. It's whatever you want it to look like. This is just the best for this game in my opinion. Reflection quality, like I said, have it on high. Reflection MSAA, have that on ×8. Don't have it off, just have it on ×8. As you can see, it just does like 8 megabytes, I think it is. So from off to like on, it's 8 megabytes. So it doesn't really take up a lot of storage or RAM. Water quality, have that on high. Depends what missions you want to do, depends where you want to go, but you can go up to very high or even just high. I mean, there is no change in very high and high, so if you want, have it on very high. Particle quality, have that on very high. Grass quality, now this is something we want to talk about, because grass quality really affects my computer personally. I don't know about your computer, guys, but when you have grass quality, I've put mine on high because I don't know why I get lag when I go into like the derelict areas where there's a lot of grass. So if I was you, have that on high just in case you run into that thing. I've had a few crashes as well, and I found out, I've pointed it down to this grass quality. Since I've turned it down, I haven't had many issues. Soft shadows, NIVIDIA PCSS, have it on that. Post FX, have that on very high. And then in-game depth of field effects, I've literally got mine off. And then I've got, on. Motion blur strength, I've got completely off. Never have motion blur on. I mean, if you want to be motion blur in cars, motion blur while shooting, then fair enough. But when you're in GTA, in shooting games or shooting lobbies, you don't want that motion blur on your screen, so have that completely off. And then astronomic. I don't want to say it. ×16, okay? Just have it on ×16. I don't care. Have it on ×16, okay? It doesn't really change much between these two. Ambient occlusion, have that on high. Tessellation, also have that on very high. And that is it. We'll go into the advanced graphics settings here. We do not want to save them. We'll go into advanced graphics settings. This is obviously personal preference again. I have long shadows on. I have high resolution shadows on. I have high detail streaming while flying on. Extended distance scaling, I have that on the furthest thing you can go, and frame scaling mode I have off. So I'll jump into the game. I'll show you what my game looks like. It is pretty nice, to be fair. I have no issues with it. My game runs at about 190 frames per second at the moment. My frame little monitor's gone off the screen for some reason, but it is around 190 frames, which is amazing for a game like this. Call of Duty, I keep saying that. Grand Theft Auto. So yeah, it looks really nice. If you guys want more videos on GTA, please obviously like this video. Also, if you're still watching, comment your specs down below. Tell me what your computers are, and I'll tell you if you'll be able to run the game, these settings. And also, if you guys have got the same specs as other people that are in the comments, then feel free to comment if you've already tried them out, and say to them like they do work, or you'd recommend changing this. I am really interested. I do respond to basically every comment I can. If I've got the answer for it, I'll respond. If I haven't got the answer for it, I'll respond and find out the answer for you. But yeah, so I'm Fuzzy. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video in the channel. Thank you for watching. Peace out.